Good morning, my name is Branson Bitzer, and today I'm going to be giving a speech on why standardized testing is discriminatory. Standardized testing has been a deciding factor in college acceptance and scholarships since 1926. Standardized testing has gone mostly unchanged since its creation, and with many modern-day students failing to meet the mark on standardized testing, it is time to reform within the testing program. Standardized testing is discriminatory against students of primarily lower incomes and students of primarily lower educations. Students of lower incomes are discriminated against. While all students are required to take the ACT or SAT provided by their school, wealthier students are able to pay and take the ACT multiple times per year to better improve their scores. According to the Washington Post in 2014, students from families earning more than $200,000 a year average scored a combined 1,714. While students of families earning under $20,000 a year averaged a score of 1,326. Based on this statement alone, those students who can afford to take the test multiple times are proven to have higher scores. ACT and SAT prep classes are also offered to those who can attend at an expensive cost. In-person classes costing up to $1,500 per class. While this is just one example, this shows that these tests need to be improved upon, so that no matter the income of the families, all students can have an equal opportunity to excel with standardized testing. Students of lower educations are also discriminated against when trying to get the same education. Just students of lower incomes do not have as good of a chance at getting a higher score while tests are standardized. The education system is not. Even in private schools, they might not have as good as education as those in public schools. The school system needs to be reformed so that all students can get the same education as others. According to Brookings.edu, Americans often forget that as late as the 1960s, most African Americans, Latino, and Native American students were educated in segregated schools, funded at rates many times lower than those serving whites, and were excluded from many higher education institutes entirely. Sadly, it seems the repercussions of these trend lines back in the 1960s are still seen in a lot of schools. Although students are discriminated against and many have had difficulties in school, the American college system has made great strides to make sure that all students are on the same level of education. In conclusion, standardized testing is discriminatory against students of lower incomes and students of lower educations. Although these students are being discriminated against due to standardized testing, as those continue to fight against this discrimination, future students will hopefully one day be able to not have the weight of one test deciding their future.